Imagine this. You are the flawless sentinel, the unyielding fortress in the most hostile arena on ice. The weight of an entire city, the endless roar of Madison Square Garden, hangs on every single twitch of your glove hand. The puck, a speeding black blur, is rocketing toward you. Time slows. You're not just a goalie, you are the king. But what if, after years of majestic reign, collecting every individual honor the sport could offer, the ultimate crown, the Stanley Cup, always remained an elusive ghost, flickering just out of reach? This is the spectacular, crushing reality of Henrik Lundqvist, the man who became synonymous with New York Rangers hockey, a glorious tragedy played out on the frozen stage. We're not talking about a good player. We're talking about a phenomenal force, a goaltending maestro whose dominance was undeniable, but whose legacy carries a profound, aching void. It's a story of unmatched brilliance meeting cruel fate, a narrative so compelling it transcended sports, becoming a mythological tale of near-perfect effort and agonizing near misses. We dive straight into the seismic shock of the 2014 Stanley Cup Final. The anticipation was suffocating. Lundqvist, in the absolute zenith of his powers, had dragged a gritty, opportunistic Rangers squad through 2 consecutive 7-game series wars, demonstrating a superhuman calm under impossible pressure. Every save was a miracle, every deflection an act of defiant will. He was locking down legends, stonewalling dynamos, performing balletic feats of athleticism that defied logic. But in that final confrontation against the unstoppable force of the Los Angeles Kings, the very ice seemed magnetized against him. The series was an epic battle of attrition, marked by nail-biting overtime thrillers, where mere inches decided dynasty or disaster. In the pivotal Game 5, with the series hanging by a thread, Lundqvist put on a clinic, stopping an avalanche of shots, extending the game deep into double overtime. Yet, every single shot that beat him felt fluky, undeserved, deflections and strange bounces that screamed of cosmic injustice. When the final deflected shot slid past him, sealing the series and killing the dream, the visual was devastating. The king, crumpled in his crease, his mask hiding the profound agony of a lifetime's ambition slipping away. It wasn't a loss. It was an execution of hope, conducted in front of millions, solidifying a spectacular career defined by its greatest absence. How did this unparalleled talent find himself perpetually knocking on the door, but never invited inside for the ultimate celebration? Lundqvist arrived in New York and immediately commanded attention, not just with his sharp, almost predatory focus, but with a style so refined it looked effortless. He was the epitome of the modern, technically perfect goalie, yet fused that precision with an aggressive, lightning-fast instinct. Unlike many of his peers, Lundqvist's early global success was immediate, making him a rarity. Before dominating the NHL, he had already backstopped Sweden to Olympic gold in 2006, immediately proving his championship pedigree on the world stage. His calm demeanor, often bordering on stoicism, belied a raging internal inferno of competitiveness. Rangers fans affectionately nicknamed him Lundy, but opponents whispered about the wall. He wasn't just stopping pucks, he was psychologically dismantling shooters, forcing them to question their own abilities. In 2012, he achieved the career milestone that validates every elite goalie. The Vezina Trophy, voted the league's best netminder, a testament to his consistent, elite performance and mind-boggling save percentage, which always place him amongst the NHL's statistical pantheon. Year after year, Lundqvist was the constant, stabilizing force for a franchise often characterized by turbulence and mid-season shakeups. His consistency was legendary. Few players in modern hockey have sustained such a high level for so long. Astonishingly, during his initial decade with the Rangers, Lundqvist faced more shots than any other goaltender in the league, truly earning his status as the overworked fortress, absorbing blow after blow for his team. This grueling workload was a double-edged sword. It showcased his immense value, but also incrementally wore down the armor. He carried Rangers teams that, frankly, were often offensively anemic, navigating them through the cutthroat Eastern Conference playoffs almost single-handedly. If a game went to overtime or a shootout, the feeling wasn't dread. It was confidence, because Lundqvist was there, radiating quiet dominance. He was not merely a goalie. He was the team's insurance policy, their emotional anchor, and their most reliable scoring prevention mechanism. The relentless pursuit of the cup took a visible, physical toll. When the Rangers finally missed the playoffs during the Great Rebuild years, Lundqvist, still fiercely competitive, found himself playing behind younger, less polished rosters. He didn't complain. He mentored. He maintained his elite standard, embodying professionalism. But the most intriguing detail, often overlooked by casual fans, speaks volumes about his dedication. Lundqvist demanded that his gear be replaced and redesigned based on the slightest quantifiable change in shooting physics, obsessively chasing the tiniest statistical edge. This attention to detail demonstrated a staggering commitment to optimizing every minuscule part of his game. However, the clock was ticking, and the salary cap era meant that building a cup-winning roster around an aging, highly paid superstar goalie became an increasingly complex, geometric impossibility for the Rangers management. The truly eerie climax arrived not on the ice, but in the sterile, unsettling reality of a doctor's office. After his inevitable, heart-wrenching departure from the Rangers and a brief, ill-fated signing with the Washington Capitals, Lundqvist prepared for what he hoped would be one final, glorious charge at the Cup. He was determined to taste that victory, even if it meant wearing a different shade of blue. However, fate intervened with a chilling medical diagnosis, a serious heart condition that required immediate, life-altering open-heart surgery. It was a sudden, terrifying twist of cosmic irony. The man known for his icy cool composure and powerful heart suddenly facing a physical, existential threat to the very organ that powered his competitive spirit. His career was abruptly halted, not by a slap shot or a decline in skill, but by an internal, invisible weakness, a silence forced upon his relentless drive. It was the most shocking and devastating way for the Kings' pursuit of the crown to end, a vulnerability exposed in the most brutal, personal manner, leaving fans everywhere to gasp at the sheer unfairness of athletic destiny. The image of the impenetrable fortress suddenly revealing a vulnerability at its very core is the enduring, heartbreaking testament to his unfinished odyssey. Lundqvist retired, beloved and celebrated, his jersey soon to hang among the immortals. He finished his career as one of the elite goaltenders in history, holding franchise records that may never be broken. Yet, the question lingers like a cold mist over the Hudson. What if? What if that one deflection in 2014 had gone wide? What if the Rangers' draft lottery luck had been different? His story is a powerful reminder that sometimes sheer brilliance and unwavering dedication are insufficient when measured against the chaotic tide of fate and the randomness inherent in professional sports. The King reigned supreme, collecting every jewel except the one that mattered most to him, leaving behind a legacy that is simultaneously complete and eternally frustrated. The man whose persona defined the essence of New York athletic excellence achieved everything but that final, elusive chapter. He was the undisputed king of Broadway, but never wore Lord Stanley's crown.